Okay, everyone, something a little bit different today. So, I wanted to test the Yu-Gi-Oh community because they'd been called toxic and such. So, what I did was I made what was possibly the worst deck in existence. Tried to base it off of Kaiba. Honestly, I don't think Kaiba's ever used Ritual Weapon and Fusion Weapon. I think those came into GX. But the rest of it is all, well, obviously not the Blue Eyes Twin Dragon either. But, I've deliberately put the Synchro in there with no tuners. This deck would be absolutely horrible. So we took this and we posted it into a YouTube community just to see what the reaction would be. And I was expecting to get ripped apart here. So let's see what the reactions were. So the first reaction was a guy putting up the image of like Blue Eyes Dragons. And then next one word, brick. And then there's some replies to that, I'll show you that in a second. Next reply, just a pair of bricks. That's the images. One word, brick. This is me replying, brick hard, like rock solid? Wow, thank you. He's like, yeah. So that's me having fun with him. That's me pretending that I don't know what the word brick means, and obviously, yes, I do. But that's how he'd react to someone that didn't know. He'd be like, yeah, sure. Like, rock solid, that's what I meant. Next one, I'm like, wow, everyone loves my deck. Thank you so much, everyone. It sure is rock solid. And the guy, he himself put in that care reaction, said, got you, fam. So this is someone that's like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's just a newbie, he's just a new player. And it's like, sure, we've got your back. Next one, the guy's like, do you want my honest opinion? I'm like, I would, yes, please, thank you very much. He's like, it's shit. Literally unplayable, even at bronze rank. Why are you playing synchro without tuners? So me playing into the character, I'm like, because it has blue eyes in its name. Little sad cat react. And then this other guy jumps in and he's like, no, Blue Eyes is one of the top tier decks right now. You just built it wrong. Don't worry, it's a new mistake. And I'm like, thanks. I was thinking about adding X Dragon head cannon since everyone's going on about XYZ. Obviously, I know that XYZ has nothing to do with the XYZ Dragon Cannon. It's X's. And he goes out of his way to find a link to a video and he says, here, check this out, and then do your own research on YouTube. Pretty sure there's a lot of them out there. So he really just wants to try and help you, The other guy, first guy, bit of a jackass. But the second guy that jumped in, he thought, no, you know what, I'm not going to let this newbie just get, shit on by this guy. So really, big props to him, like jumping in and seeing that. Here's some of the other replies. In terms of nostalgia, it's cool, but in terms of competitive, it's not viable. It's like, that's fair enough. Another guy, a new player, said, don't play this deck. I think he just genuinely was like, no, like, find something better. Another guy, that clown is nostalgic, obviously referring to Sagi the Dark Clown. Another guy, King of Games Worthy, I think he was more kind of in on the joke, saw that this was a Kaiba deck, with all the original Yu-Gi-Oh cards, because those are all things that Kaiba played in, like, the first couple of seasons. Another guy, not suggest to play it in rank, if in normal standard duel will be okay. That's what I'm saying, like, go ahead, have fun, play it with your friends, but don't play it in ranked. Next guy's, he a little confused, but he got the spirit. So it's like, and then this next guy, damn, Lord D makes this deck meta. Obviously, having a bit of fun, just like, oh man, your deck is crap. But, oh, the Lord of D, oh, that's the thing, But I mean, none of it's hurtful, with the exception of like one comment. None of it's really negative. So then, here's the coming clean post. Time for me to come clean. I'm a former world champion. I straight up expect to get ripped apart when posting the worst deck I could come up with. And by the way, it took a good 20 minutes to come up with that deck, because I was trying my hardest not to make it good. And you guys, well, you're far nicer than I expected. Honestly, very wholesome. Our community gets a bum deal of being toxic and such. Honestly, guys, I prove that's just false. I do a little YouTube channel, and I'd like to make this into a little video showing everyone that we aren't a toxic community, we are wholesome, we help each other, and we are not as mean as we're made out to be. Of course, I'll blur everyone's names and profile pictures, but you guys know who you are, and you guys know that you helped the community today. So genuinely, seriously, thank you. And I do really mean that, because there's been so much of, one of the things I hear the most about new players trying to get into it is that the community is so terrible that they don't help you out, and that isn't true. You saw a guy in the comments right there saying, look, here's a YouTube video, try and make yourself better, try and become a good player. And really, let's go back to him. I went past it. Yeah, there he is. So I mean, he went out of his way to search a YouTube video about Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then post it to me, and said, "Here, put your own research in." And I thought that was really nice. That's it's one of the nicest things you can do for a new player is to just try and guide them. And also no one was like, "No, your deck's crap. Play this instead." And put up their own deck list and say, "This is the only way to play this deck." Everyone was pretty much like, yeah, he's kind of, he's either new or they were aware that this guy is having fun. This guy knows more than he's letting on. So so I think with all card game communities, a lot of card game communities, not just Yu-Gi-Oh, all of them get a kind of a bad rap because of some bad players. And there's more good players out there. There's more nice players than there is bad players out there. And it's the nice ones that you want to listen to. And unfortunately, you just have to put up with some of the negative ones before you find some of those nice ones. So, really, to any new players out there, I would recommend don't give up just because, the first couple of people you meet weren't nice to you. There are nice people, and it is a great community, and you can make lifelong friends in it. And also, you can travel the world. I mean, I've been to Japan, Germany, France. I've been French national champion. I've travelled the entire UK, England, Wales, obviously Scotland, which is where I'm from. But yeah, when I was a kid, I'd never thought I'd be going to, Japan to compete in a world championship, and I've done it 4 times now, So, I was at a point where I was on a yearly trip to Japan because of card games. Free trips to Japan. I didn't pay for them, and my accommodation was all paid for me as well. So, yeah. Basically, any new players out there, don't be put off because of comments. There are nice people out there. Ignore the bad comments and stick with the nicer ones. They'll help you, and people will help you. People like me, I'll help you if you need that. I can be busy sometimes, as many of you have found out, but genuinely, there are people out there that want to help you and want to make you better. And don't listen to the ones that try and bring you down or try and pull you down, because that isn't the community. So thank you everyone. This was just a little wholesome video. Hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time.